Hey everyone, this is Russell Brunson. I want to welcome you guys to our training today. I'm excited. Before we get started, I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I had some microphone issues earlier today. I recorded a video for about 30 minutes and turns out nobody could hear me. So I want to make sure you guys can hear me. All right, cool. You guys can hear me. Awesome. Okay. Welcome everybody. So today we're going to be talking about launch funnels, which is fun. I don't think I've ever actually taught this concept before. I've learned it from a lot of people, and we've done it a whole bunch of times in the past. And we're actually working on a brand new one right now. And so I've got actually working on two brand new ones right now, which are kind of fun. So I've got a lot of this stuff in my head, and I'm excited to share it with you guys, and hopefully you guys will get a ton of benefits from it. And I'm curious, before we get started, how many of you guys have done a product launch in the past, or you're looking at doing one soon? So either if you've done one in the past, say yes, I've done one in the past, or if you're looking at doing one in the future, say I want to do one. So I can kind of see where you guys are all at. All right, we got some new ones coming out. Could be guys have done them, past and future. Okay, cool. All right. So I want to kind of give you background on this whole product launch concept, and kind of where I learned it from and where other people learned it from. And you can see right here on the bottom right hand of my screen. You guys can see my screen, right? I want to double check to make sure you can see my screen. A little while ago, I started putting, about a year ago actually. I started writing my first real book, and it's been a labor of love, and it's finally done, and it's actually going to the printers this week, and I'm excited. I'm going to try to do a big New York Times best-selling launch next in a couple months on it. But this image and some of the other images I've used during this training are from that book, and so this is kind of the product launch script and how I do it after doing this for now 10 years. How we kind of how we broke down the script, and I'll walk you guys through that here in a little bit. But hopefully it'll just give you guys some ideas on just some structure and some ways to do it. So when I first got started online, nobody was doing product launches back then. People were just selling stuff, and it was way harder back then than it is nowadays. We didn't have Facebook, or Google was there, but I never learned how to use Google. They had other tools out there, and so we were all doing our own thing, and different things were happening. And I remember that I had built a little bit. I probably had 10,000 people on an internet marketing list, and I was out there kind of selling some training and things of things that I had learned. And I remember one day in the mail, I got this huge box in the mail, and I wasn't expecting it. I opened it up, and it was this big huge course called Traffic Secrets from John Reese, and it was so cool. It was 30 DVDs and books and manuals and all this stuff, and it was so exciting. And I remember in there, basically there was a letter saying, "Hey, I'm about to launch my new home study course, and would love your help promoting it. I know we never met before, but just wanted to send it to you so you can check it out. And if you like it, maybe you can promote it." And I was like, "Well, that's pretty cool." So I took the course, started going through it, and it was just really, really good. And I remember that because he sent me when he put me on this little product launch list, and he started talking about his product that was coming out and what he was going to do, and kind of his launch sequence. I remember getting these emails, and it was during the summertime, and I actually had a family vacation. Where I was going out to this place called Bear Lake, which is 5 hours south where I'm at now with my family. So we went down there, and again, this is 10, 11 years ago. So it's been a while, and went down there, and there was no internet access anywhere at Bear Lake when we were there. This is before we had wireless or anything. And so I didn't have the ability to get online during his launch week. And so I remember going down there, I wasn't really thinking much about it. I was doing my thing. And then one day we went to this library. It was the only place in the whole city that actually had internet access. So, and there's a whole line of people in line that you had to wait in line to be able to actually to be able to go and check your email or whatever. So I was waiting in line, and waited about 15, 20 minutes. I finally got a shot, and I probably had 10 minutes on the computer. So I jump on real quick, and I'm checking my emails. And I remember I got an email, one of the emails that was from John Reese, and I was reading it. And it was like a day or two after he had launched Traffic Secrets. And the email basically said, I think the subject line was something like 18 hours, $1 million. I remember I can still see myself sitting there, because I was just a brand new marketer sitting there on this vacation reading this. And he told a story about how he launched this thing in the first 18 hours. It was $1,000 course, and they sold 1,000 copies in 18 hours, which was $1 million in sales. I remember sitting back in the chair, and I couldn't even it was hard for me to even grasp that was possible. And I don't think I even checked any more emails. I sat there and just kept thinking about that. And then my time was up, and I got up, and I logged out of my email, and I left. And for the next couple of days, I remember just sitting there in this awe of just wow, he made $1 million in 18 hours. And I started just doing the math. Like he sold $1,000, 1,000 copies of $1,000 product. And it was the first time in my mind that like that was even possible, that being a millionaire was even possible. And I started thinking more and more about it. And for me and for tons of other marketers, that was like when that one dude broke the 4-minute mile, right? It was like, this is actually a possibility. And then that kind of launched this whole product launch craze. And then people started doing product launch. Everyone else wanted, I want to make $1 million real quick. So everyone started making their home study courses and launching them. And some people crushed it, some people didn't, and it became this launch fest. And then Jeff Walker came out and did his big product launch, teach people how to do product launches. And then more and more people came out there, and eventually it got to the point where it was crazy. There was like literally a product launch happening, man, every I would say at least 2 or 3 a day sometimes were happening in the internet marketing industry, and we kept seeing them, and it was just it was crazy. And what was cool is we did a bunch of product launches for a while, and then we took like 4 or 5 years off from it because it just got so crazy, and I just hated the whole model and how it all works. We stopped doing them completely. And but I was watching what people were doing, and Jeff Walker, he built this whole thing. I went through all his training and his courses to understand what he was doing. And Andy Jenkins came out with some amazing stuff on product launches, and I learned a ton of stuff from him. And there are all these pieces. And so when we started coming together, when we launched ClickFunnels initially, and some of our other projects coming out here, I took the best from all these different worlds and kind of built them out into this process for me. And so that's what I'm going to share with you guys, is kind of my process. And then I'll show you guys how to, inside of ClickFunnels, how to kind of do this. Okay. So the first thing, and again, I'll show you some examples of this, but the way a typical product launch works, Jeff Walker in his book and in his course, he calls this a sideways sales letter. So instead of having this long sales letter that someone comes through, it takes them through the whole process and sells them, or a webinar where someone comes on, they sit for an hour or 2 hours and try to get sold, he calls it a sideways sales letter, where typically, and this can deviate. I've seen people do it with less videos, I've seen people do it with more videos, but the typical product launch formula that most people do consists of 4 videos, and it's basically taking your sales letter and knocking it over on its side. And then video number 1 is part of that sales process. Video number 2, and then video number 3, and then video number 4. And they take you through the sales process, where the first 3 videos are really heavy on content and training and giving tons of value. And then the last video kind of releases the product that you're offering. And so that's kind of what the side, again, he calls it a sideways sales letter. But that's kind of the concept. Okay. When I first started kind of scripting out some of these for ourselves, I emailed Andy Jenkins, and I'm like, man, you have done so many of these things successfully. Do you have a script for it? And he basically sent me an email, and he said, this is how I do it. He says, video number 1 is called the wow and how. Number 2 is transformational education. Number 3 is ownership experience. Number 4 is the offer. And he kind of gave me that. And then I went kind of deeper and started, trying to figure out for me how to script it out. So that's what this script is here. And I'll go through this here in a minute, but just conceptually, that's kind of the way these videos are broken down into four video sequences. So I'm going to show you two product launches we did inside of ClickFunnels. This is actually with the old ClickFunnels. So I'm going to build you guys that one in the new editor, which is way better and way cooler, obviously. But you'll see how I did these in the old editor. So this first one, this is an example of how we did a product launch when we first launched ClickFunnels. So some of you guys were part of this. Some of you guys had not even heard of ClickFunnels when we did this. We did this earlier in the summer. And so I'll walk you through the process. Oh, and the cool thing about what I'm going to show you guys right now is you can do product launch funnels where they're like a live thing, where you actually do a product launch and say, day 1, you do, everyone mails on, every June 16th, everyone mails here, and then June 28th, everyone mails here. You can do that way. What I traditionally like doing better is building out kind of evergreen launch funnels, which I'm going to be showing you guys today, where then we just drive traffic into the landing page. They join the list, and all the rest of the product launch happens after they join the list. If that makes sense. Okay, so this is the landing page I created for ClickFunnels. When we first launched it, it had this the cool little video right here, which I'm sure most of you guys have seen, this little cartoon video we made about ClickFunnels. So there's the video here, headline, meet ClickFunnels on the website builder. It doesn't actually build pages, it actually builds entire sales funnels, has some copy, and then an opt-in block. Now, for those of you guys who never saw ClickFunnels version 1.0, it kind of sucked because you couldn't add anything or change anything. And so I was kind of stuck with what I had. And so nowadays, if and when I rebuild this funnel, I'll have a lot more flexibility. But conceptually, this is what it was. It was a landing page. I was driving traffic into the landing page. And then after they opt in, then we introduce them to this whole product launch. Does that make sense, you guys? All right. So there is the squeeze page. Now, if someone opt in the squeeze page, then we took them to product launch page number 1. And this is what it is right here. And so you notice what we did is we had 4 videos across the top. So video number 1, which again is the wow and how. Number 2 is the transformational education. number 3 was the ownership experience, and then number 4 was the offer. Okay, so those are the 4 videos that they were going to get. But notice that these 3 were kind of grayed out. They couldn't get access, and they only got access to this one that was lit up. And so they watched the video right here, and hopefully some of you guys saw this video. We also used this video when we did the funnel hacks webinar. We put these, because I already done these videos from the product launch. We put these as the videos that people would see after they registered for the webinar. Okay, and you notice on the side here, we also did the videos here on the side, which personally I actually like this more, and it works a lot better with the new what's it called, the new editor. So I'll show you guys that as when we start playing with the editor. Okay, and so that we have the videos on the side. So then I had the video number 1, which again was the wow and how, and I'll break down that script later. But for this video, it was basically I was trying to make like if you look at the wow and how script, actually let me pull it up so you can see. Okay. Oh, and really quick, if you guys are looking for where this script is, if you log into Funnel Hacks and you come down here to Inception Secrets, and I thought I had it open. Maybe I don't have it open. Anyway, if you log into Inception Secrets and you log in there, and then right here under Product Launch Script, there's some training on the script, and there's the actual PDF, so you can print it out and have it and take notes on it if you need that. So again, that's inside of Funnel Hacks and then inside of the Inception Secrets product. Okay. All right. So so the wow and how. So let me kind of explain how this works. So video number 1 is the wow and how. So let's say you have this new concept and you're trying to explain it to somebody, right? So first you have to kind of wow them, like, wow, this is what it is, and then kind of show them how this process works. Okay. So you look at like in a typical sales letter, you have your headline, right? The goal of the headline is to like grab someone by the shirt and like stop them and say, wait, I got to show you something awesome. Okay. So for me, video number 1 is the wow and how, like, wait, stop, wow, check this out. And then let me show you how this works. Okay. And then my basic script is, first I have my big promise. So I'm going to show you guys something, right? How I lost 1 million pounds, or how whatever your product, your market is, like whatever your big promise is. Then number 2 is I share a content piece. Okay, so I teach some content. Number 3, I kill like the common myths that people might have. And then I hook to the next video. So here's what happened in the next video. Okay, so if you look at this process here, so my goal is I'm trying to do a big wow and how, right? And at this point, nobody had heard of ClickFunnels or ever had seen it before, right? And so I'm trying to wow them. So I was thinking, like, what kind of experience do I get someone they're gonna have like this, wow, like this is a brand new thing. And so I took this is Mandy Pratt. She's an author and a coach. And so she's someone who has no technical skills. And I took her, and we were going to have her compete against an actual website designer, have them compete so who could build a sales funnel out the fastest. Okay, that was the initial thought behind this video. And then as I sometimes do, I got really excited, and then we started just thinking about really crazy ideas, and we ended up renting out an MMA gym and totally went over the top on it. But conceptually, I was just trying to give this wow and how, like, wow, someone with no website design experience can build a website faster than someone who's totally successful. My big promise was I was going to show them the anatomy of a $500,000 a month funnel. Okay, so that's kind of the concept of this video. So I started this thing out basically in the storyboard. If you've seen the video, I talk about this is Mandy. This is who she is. I'm going to show you how someone with no website design experience can actually beat a designer. Plus, I'm going to show you guys, here's my big promise, the anatomy of a $500,000 a month sales funnel. So I go through, we drive the MMA gym, we get some funny footage. This is Chris, who she's going to compete against. We set them down, and they start competing against each other to see who can build out a funnel the fastest, right? So that was kind of the big premise of this video. Then I go back to my office and I show them the wow and how. I show them the anatomy of a $500,000 a month sales funnel. Talk about the common myths. So you have to have a designer and a programmer. Kind of go through that. So notice I'm talking about my common myths. And at the end of it, I hooked to video number 2. I talk about, like, let's go back and see who's going to win. Is it going to be Chris? Is it going to be Mandy? Who's going to win? Okay, so that's kind of the basic script I followed for video number 1. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay. Someone asked me a question here. Okay, so someone said, how do I make sure that so in ClickFunnels, it's not super difficult. All you do is I'm creating 4 pages, okay? One version of the page, this one's lit up. Version number, page number 2, the first 2 are lit up. Page number 3, the first 3 are lit up. Page number 4, all 4 are lit up. Okay, and so what I'm doing is when someone joins my list back here, immediately they get taken to watch video number 1, and then maybe 2 days later, then they get the email that takes them to page number 2, page number 3, and page number 4. Does that make sense? So what I do is I build this page out once. After it's done, then I just clone that page in my funnel. Then boom, I have the next page, and I just make the couple tweaks. Then I clone it again, make the next page, and kind of move on from there. Okay. So again, this is video number 1. Now I switched to the next page. I clone this page, took me to video number 2, and notice video number 2, I have the 2 top ones are colored out. So, and then if they click on this, it takes them back to the page 1 or the same page number 2. It's a different page URL, so I send someone directly to that page URL, and then they watch video number 2. Okay, now video number 2 for me is now my transformational education. So this one's all about like, let's do this together. Okay, so what I did is I come back to them kind of, these guys competing, and then I went back and I actually took Mandy back to the office as if I was taking one of my clients there. And I'm trying to give them this I want them to see kind of how this process works, right? So for Mandy, I actually sat down and we mapped out her sales funnel on the wall, just like I would do if someone came to my office. We kind of built out the structure of it, figured out what it was going to look like. And we had this transformational experience with them. They had a chance to kind of share. Okay, so again, let's do this together. So I took Mandy and we did the progress, or we took it together, showed proof that it was working. So we kind of showed how this was all going to work. I did the content where we actually built the whole thing out, and then hooked to video number 3. Okay, so that was the next video here. Notice everything else is kind of the same. Then the third video comes in right here. Boom. Now my third video is now the ownership experience. Now I want them to see how easy it actually is. So then what we did is we kind of finished up this whole storyline of these guys competing. Mandy wins. And then we went back into ClickFunnels. And this is where I have my ownership experience, where I talk about, can you imagine what it'd be like when you can design funnels just like Mandy? In the next video, I'm going to give you guys access to a really cool tool. So I'm hinting to the offer. And I'm going to show them, let me show you how you can actually do this when you have it. So I log into ClickFunnels. And I just showed them, here's how it works. And I built out a whole thing with them. And went through this process. And boom, and all said and done, now they got this awesome funnel that's been created. Okay, so that's kind of how video number 3 went. And then video number 4 now is the offer. This is where you actually go and you sell your product. And so for this one, we didn't really have a good offer video. I wish I would have done a better job. I just ran out of time. And so what we did is we actually did a Google Hangout, and for like, how long it is, an hour and 50 minutes, I just talked about ClickFunnels, and we did prizes and gave away stuff, and it was really fun. And that's how we sold people into ClickFunnels the first time. Okay, so again, I just want to kind of show you guys the structure. This is what I'm talking about, sideways sales letter. Okay, it went video number 1 was anatomy of a $500,000 a month funnel. Video number 2 is how to design your funnel. Video number 3, how to build your entire funnel in 10 minutes. And video number 4, let's go create your first funnel. Okay, so here's your offer. Here's what I've got. Here's what it's going to do for you. Here's what you're going to do with it. And here's what you need to do it right now. Okay, so there's kind of the script. And again, this script is kind of loose, you guys. We tweak this every single time. I'm going to show you another product launch we did here in a minute. But that kind of, I know a lot of people, we actually did a big event out here for my Ignite and my Inner Circle members. And a bunch of people are stuck in like, what do I put in these videos? And so I gave them the script. I said, it doesn't have to be exact, but this gives you kind of a framework to use for how to craft your videos for your actual product launches. Okay. All right. Someone said, do you have to make a video or can you do it with VSL? Yeah, you can do it with VSL. I've seen people do it with, one of our students did the whole thing with an iPhone camera, just holding an iPhone, just talking directly into it. This one right here, video 4 was just a Google Hangout. So there's no right or there's no wrong. It's more the messaging, right? It's how do you deliver, boom, the wow and how, the transformational education, ownership experience, and then the offer. And again, you can do it through PowerPoint, through iPhone video, through professional video, through Hangouts, through whatever makes the most sense for you. For me, I'm more talking about the concept and the structure of how the whole thing works. Okay, so that's our ClickFunnels product launch. Let me show you another one we did. This one was list hacking, and this one I actually put video number 1 on the squeeze page, just because I wanted to. There's no other reason than that, to be honest. So video number 1 was actually on the squeeze page, and this one didn't follow this script completely. The reality is I'd created some really cool videos ahead of time, and I didn't really have I didn't have the script when I was recording these videos. I more had video done and I started just making them. And so these things work even if you deviate from the script, but the script should help give you framework as you're moving forward. So this is what we did. Video number 1 is me just kind of telling my story when I first started list building and how I got in trouble and I got my internet shut down. I almost got fined a whole bunch of money and I got called a spammer because I did it all wrong. And I kind of tell my story. And this is like the house I was at when I was trying to do the whole thing. So I just kind of tell. That's a horrible frame to freeze on. Anyway, so that was kind of video number 1 was here. They opt in, and now if they've opted in, now I've got them into this product launch sequence. So I did right here. Then I had video number 2, which is me telling a story about junk mail. Okay, and this had I explained junk mail because help people understand how real mail worked. So again, this is video number 2 here, and I just kind of told this. I just kind of told that story. Then for me, video number 3, I went to my backyard and had all these yellow flowers here, and I told this video kind of talked more about like what they were actually going to get and some things like that. Third video. So that was the 3rd video, and the 4th video is this. Again, this was just like a random video that I recorded when we were out in Kenya. So again, this one didn't really follow any specific theme, or not. They had a specific theme, but didn't have like, it wasn't super tight on the script. But I was pushing people into a 14-day trial, so I didn't need to sell it as hard as I would like $1,000 or $2,000 course. But conceptually, do you guys see how it works? It's all about like providing tons of value. So video number 1 gives them tons of value. Video 2, they get tons of value. Video number 3, they get tons of value. Video number 4, now you've given a bunch of content, and now you ask them for some money. Okay, I've seen people do this in so many industries. I saw one recently. Some of you guys may know a guy named Vic. He wanted to join this MLM called Empower Network, and he wanted to do it. And he wanted to do it in a big way. And so he just followed the same sequence. He made 3 videos. It was called Big Idea Mastermind. He had 1 video, 2 video, 3 video, and the last one he pitched people on his thing. And he did that. And when he did that, I think he did like $800,000 in sales the first month. And I think he set a world record for the most front-end sales of any person in any network marketing opportunity ever. And he did it all by following this process. Tons of value, tons of value, tons of value. Ask for the sale. Okay, so if you don't follow the script, don't worry, you guys. Like I said, this is a proven script that works. But the key is you're just blowing people away with tons of value at each step. And then when you actually offer at the end, they're just like, yes, you deserve my money. I'm good with that. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay. Okay, cool. So that's kind of the concept. So I'm going to dive in now, you guys. Now that you kind of see kind of the concept of how these funnels work. And I'm actually going to build one with you guys right now. That'd be fun. All right, so what I'm going to do, let me see. All right, so I'm going to come over here. So you go into ClickFunnels. Hopefully you guys all become masters at this point. So I'm going to come over here and click on Create Funnel. Let me actually make this bigger so you can have the whole screen so you guys can see it better. I'm going to come here on Launch Funnel. And I Create Funnel. Call it Demo Launch Funnel. Okay, now it's going to go in here and check it out. So you can kind of see the structure is very similar, right? It starts with an opt-in page. Then you got product launch page number 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you got your order form. If you can sell something, and then your thank you page afterwards. That's kind of the core framework of the product launch funnel. And here's the templates that we kind of give you out of the gate that you can use. And obviously you can tweak these and change these as well. So I'll probably do a blend of those 2 things because I don't know about you guys. I like starting with the templates, but I usually tweak them and change them so much that they don't even look close to the same. And so I'm not sure if you guys do the same way. That's what I like doing. So I'm going to do that right now with you guys, and we're going to build out an actual funnel, and it'll be super fun. Okay, so first thing is opt-in page. I'm actually going to just, I think this will be fun. I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I'm going to close these out right here. Close that guy out. All right, and I'm going to rebuild my list hacking one. So I need my Wistia. Log in my Wistia account so I can get my videos that are in here. Oh, my login's failed. Well, do you know our Wistia login? Hopefully he'll be able to find a Wistia login. So I'm just going to start. So again, first thing I do is I come into ClickFunnels. Where do we go? Here we are. All right, so my landing page. So I'm going to find a landing page that I like. I'm going to put the video on my landing page for this one because I really like that idea, especially driving traffic from Facebook. People love it when you do kind of a reverse opt-in when you start with some really good content. So this is a cool one right here. Let's see if that's what I want to use or not. Oh man, this is my favorite part of the day, you guys. I'm not sure about you guys, but I honestly, all I want to do is just make ClickFunnels pages. I'm gonna use this one because I'm gonna tweak it a little bit. I'm gonna use this template right here. All right, so there's the page. Open up the editor. Well, that's loading. Let's see if Brent's new password works to get in. Not working. Oh, it did work. Never mind. Cool. Okay, so I've got. How about you guys? I have like a million videos in here, so I'm gonna make sure I find the right ones. So if you guys, Wistia is one of the integrations that we use inside of ClickFunnels, and I really like Wistia a lot. There's list hacking because the videos load really, really fast. It's kind of expensive though, but just that's why I use this a lot. But it's not. It's more expensive, but it loads videos really fast. So I use it for a lot of things. Okay, so this is the page. So I'm gonna change this out right here with the actual list hacking logo. I change out the logo there. Oh, dang, it's not a different color background. Well, that's all right. See, I had a white background. This is not white. So I'm going to do, that's how I solve problems. I'm going to add another section here. Grab that section I just made. If you guys done this before, you can grab a section and just rearrange the order like that. It's kind of cool. Okay, and I'm going to make this background go full page so the bar goes all the way across the top. I'll move the logo. Oh, I think I have to make the row first. Logo there. I'm going to make the logo big now. Not that big. That's way too big. All right, that's better. I'm going to shrink the margins on the top and the bottom. There we go. Now list hacking's on a white background. It looks a little bit better there. Add bottom border. There. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to delete this picture image here because I want my video in there. So I'll come right here. I'm going to add in a block for my video. There's my video. And I'm going to come back here into Wistia. The video I'm going to use is that one, I believe. Yeah. So I think all I need is this. Let me see. So I just choose down here, choose Wistia, Wistia URL, autoplay on. So let me see what that page looks like now. Cool. I'm really excited now. All right, so that video's in there right now. I'm going to change though because I don't want like this headline. So list hacking, how to build an email list and actually make money with it. So I'll come back here now. Delete that headline. All right. It's funny when people start building stuff in ClickFunnels. I don't know if this might be boring for you guys, but for me, I love watching people do stuff and see how they use it. Okay, so list hacking, I'll underline that. I'm going to make that, let's see, make that like a dark red. Make this part all black. Anyway, there you go. There's my headline. It's my video. And then down here, so we had this kind of opt-in. So I like that red. Oh, there's a really cool thing. You guys want to learn a cool ClickFunnels trick? Okay, so check this out. See this little thing right here, this little color wheel? On my top right hand screen, it's called Color Pick Eyedropper. This is a little plugin for Chrome you can get for free. And you click on it, and then it makes these little like bullseye arrows, and I can pick any color. So say it's right here, like this red right here. I click on that, boom, and it gives me the number code. So I can copy that, and I come back over here. Let's say I want to make So I'm going to make this section like the background color. I want to make that red. I just paste that color code there. Boom, and it makes it that same red. Is that cool? Does that make sense? So I can pick any color. So let's say I want it to be the color of my shirt. I click on this little color code thing, makes the little arrows. I come right here on my shirt and I pick whichever color I want. So if I want that blue, click on it. It gives me the number for that color blue. I come back here, and then anywhere that I'm at the color code, I can just copy that number right there, and boom, now that's the exact same color now as my shirt. Is that cool or what? When I learned that, it got me so excited. So again, it's a free Chrome plugin. It's this little thing. It's called, in fact, let me see if I can, if I go to, yeah, so it's called Color Pick Eyedropper. So if you go to Google Chrome, the App Store, Color Pick Eyedropper for free, and then boom, it just gives you the actual colors of anything on your screen. Is that awesome? Yeah, some of you guys like that. So it's not Google app, it's Google Chrome. So if you do chrome.google.com/web store, they have this whole app store. And so I use the color picker eyedropper. It's so cool. Anyway, that's just kind of my little tricks that I learned. And so I use it all the time now. So I actually want this red though. So I'm gonna come back, grab this red, boom. And then I come back here. I'm gonna turn this. I actually have to look kind of cool with that blue, huh? You know what? Maybe I'll just leave that. That turned out cooler than I thought. Okay, that blue becomes the winner. Okay, I'm gonna make this. Oops. Move that above because I want a headline above it. So add my headline in here. Watch the list. Oops. Hacking training videos now. Boom. And now there we go. Let's shrink some of this, some of these margins out a little bit. And I'm just gonna delete all this stuff, but there you go. Now I got my opt-in page all done. Let me check it out real quick and see what it looks like in normal size. Sweet. So there's the video number one in the launch sequence, and it's right there. And someone comes and opt in. Obviously, I'll go integrate my email autoresponder. But now video number one in this funnel or page number one is pretty much done. So I'll save that, and then I will exit out. Oh, RC said, get the WP plugin ready so I can cancel lead page. So good news, you guys, I actually played with the new WordPress plugin, and it's done. It's just there's a couple little tweaks, a couple of bugs we found. So it is getting very, very, very close. You guys are gonna love it. Yeah. So all you guys who have been waiting for the WordPress plugin, it's close. It's finally almost here. I'm so excited. All right. Okay. Product launch page number one. So I'm looking at these right here. Now, if you notice, you can kind of see these really quick. If you preview them, you can obviously see them better. And most of these have the videos on the left-hand side here. They have a content block here, or people ask questions, and the videos up here. They have links right here. Or if you look at this one right here, it's got the actual video images on top. So it kind of just depends on what your style is, what you like. I think for this one, what do I want to do? I'm probably gonna do a mismatch of both. So I'm gonna use this template here. I'll probably use this for page number two, video number two. All right, so I got the page. I'm opening up the editor. All right. Also, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, we've added 3 or 4 new different types of countdown clocks. Have you guys seen that? It gets better every single day. So if you look, we got the date countdown clock, the timer evergreen, and the daily evergreen. So it's 3 types of clocks you can have in here. Each do kind of a different thing. One is it counts down to a date. So let's say this is a real product launch that's happening on June 13th. You can put in June 13th and it'll count down to that. And when it gets to 0, then it's there. Timer evergreen. This is one. Let me think. I get confused. One's a daily evergreen. So you say every night it counts down to 0 at midnight or whatever. I think that's what the daily evergreen is. It goes out to midnight each night. And the timer evergreen. I can't remember off the top of my head what that one is. This is for you guys to explore and have fun with now too. I think I've only used those two, so that's why I can't remember the third one. But anyway, there's kind of some new elements that are coming in there, which is kind of cool. Okay, so here it is. So video number 2. So it kind of depends on like how you want to structure this. Now for me, my launch videos, I'm typically not gonna have like something on the left-hand side here. So I'm just gonna change this. I'm gonna put one block in the middle. I'm gonna throw my video file right there in the middle. And then I may have, let me think, what did I do here? So video number 2 was junk mail seekers. I didn't have any kind of download link or anything. So I probably won't have, so I'll probably just delete the rest of this block right here. I don't really need it. Boom. I might add a title though. So let me add, I'm just gonna clone this element. I cloned it, I'm just gonna grab it, move it up above. And then I'll add a little top margin there. Cool, so then I'm gonna call this one, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Well, let me do this first. So this one is video number 2, junk mail secrets. Okay, that's it right there. What I think I'm gonna do, because I like having these locked video images on the side here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually make this a 2-column. So if you do 2 columns, I can make it where the right column is big, so it's 2/3, and the left column is big and the right column is small. So I'm gonna do that. So then it goes like this. I've got big and a small. I'll put my video into the bigger one, and I think I'm gonna add my product launch, like the lockdown images, right there. So I'm gonna grab video number 1. I just love how you can just drag and drop things around. It used to drive me crazy because I never could do anything prior to ClickFunnels, and I just hated it. Now I can just, if I'm like, oh, I wish I was over here, and I can just grab it and do that. It's awesome. Okay, so there's launch video number 1. Are these all the same? Okay, those are the same. So I'm just going to clone it here because it's faster for me just to go and click on an element and click on the little 2 icon. It clones it. Click right here, clone it. Boom. There's video number 2. I'm curious if that's how you guys clone things too, if you've played with enough to know. I love cloning them. Clone it again. I got video number 3 and then video number 4. Cool. So I got all the videos there. It's kind of cool. I like that. And then I might move the Facebook comments. I might just move those up so that they are right underneath this video. I think I can do that. Let me see if I can. Yeah, cool. So I got my Facebook comments right there. And I might just delete this whole section down here. All right, so that's pretty sweet looking for me. And again, this is like, you guys can make your own however you like, but I think that one looks cool. So let me preview this and see what it looks like. Yeah, that's pretty cool. A couple things I don't like, it's kind of hard to see these right here, and you can't really see that as well. So I'm going to do, one thing that's kind of cool, and this took me a while to figure this out, but you know, like over here, I can get, like I can do the sections and the rows really easily, but it's hard to like get the columns. You actually can't get them just by clicking on it. If I come over to columns and I hover over, so there's my right-hand column. So I click on that now it opens up all this stuff here. So I can come right here to the column. If you want, I can kind of put like a white background behind that. You see how that's kind of showing up over here on the column there, which is kind of cool. I'm probably going to add some radius so there's the corners are rounded a little bit. Add a little top margin in there. Yeah, that looks way cooler, huh? I might do the same thing here so the Facebook comments show up. So again, I can't edit just the column elements by itself. I have to come over to the column block and hover over it till I find that column. So boom, there it is. I hover it, click on it, opens up all those things here, then click here. And same things, I can kind of go. Oh, see, it's just doing it down here. So what I'm going to do is I need to add some top margin. There we go. Some bottom. Maybe add, let's see, radius so I can circle these edges out a little bit. Some left and right margins. Oh wait, this is not padding. There we go, that looks better. All right, cool. So I like that better because now look at this. Now when I save it, let's look right now. See, it's kind of hard to see some of the stuff, but if I refresh it, and boom, now I can read their comments a lot better. So that's kind of cool. So there's now my product launch page. And if I come back to Wistia, I gotta find my second video. So junk mail is my second video. Click on this here. Come back over here, click on the video, change it to Wistia, URL, autoplay on, resave it. Now when I refresh, it should have my video here.
Hey, this is Russell Brunson,
Boom.
and you're probably wondering.
And there's video number 2. Now a couple other things I would do, just so you see what I would do if this was if I was launching this. So this is my, well, let me do this. Okay. So right now it shows video number 1's locked, but obviously video number 1's not locked. Video number 2, it says it's locked and it's not. So what I would do is I would come back here to video number 1 and I would take a screenshot of it. So there's a lot of tools. I use this program called Jing, J-I-N-G. It's free. It makes this little sun right here, and then the sun's going to fly up to the corner of my screen. I can hover over it, and it'll let me like grab a little screenshot of something. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this page right here. So there's the page. I'll click on this little capture image, and it captured it, and I'm going to save this file. So I'll save it as list hacking 1. Then I come back here, I can go and I can edit this image. I'm going to put in a picture of that video. Let's see, desktop. Where's it at? It's always hard to find it sometimes when I just drop it on my desktop. EFGHIJ. There it is. So that in there. And now I'll actually have a little picture of that first video. Will be in that spot there. Now the big secret, you guys, that I think a lot of people don't understand when they're doing this, they're thinking that there's some magic how it unlocks each video, but all it is 4 different pages. That's how I do it. Now this page, because this page is already unlocked, I'll just come back to the actual page and then I'll link to it. So if somebody clicks on it, it would take them back to the home page where they can see video number 1. And then video number 2 is this one right here, obviously. So I do the same thing here. Is hopefully I'd find a better screenshot than you hate how bad screenshots always look. Come on. Okay, I'll do that for fun. So I'd grab this screenshot right here, snap it, save it, hacking 2. Then I come back here to this page right here, and I would just go and upload list hacking 2 video page. Does that make sense, you guys? List hacking 2. Someone say, what am I using for screen capture? It's called Jing Project. Jing. So I use Jing Project, and it goes to techsmith.com. It's one of their programs, and it's free. It's called Jing, Jing. It's awesome. I love it. Okay, so I got that in there now. Boom, now video number 2. So you come to this page, and video number 2 is just the video they're already on, and so now that's done. So then I'd save that, and that's kind of what I would do for this page, you guys. Okay, I'd also change links up here. So I'd come back here and like, video number 2 and 3 can be unlocked, but video number 1, I would link back to video number 1 and so on and so forth. Okay, so what I want to show you now is, let me save this first. So I go back out here. Now you'll see, I've got two of the core pages in the funnel done, right? Opt-in page is done. Launch page number 1 is done. Now, what I used to do before I realized that this was possible is I'd go through now and I'd edit each of these pages and try to match all the changes I made to the first one, but it was a nightmare. So one thing we added for you guys is called cloning pages. So now this page is done for product launch. Instead of me going and recreating it 3 or 4 more times, I just come right here at the top, and if you click on, nope, it's not there. Down here, clone. See the little button says clone? If I click on that, it'll clone this page. And so then I have like the exact page I need, and I just have to go in and add video number 3, and then it's kind of done. You know what I mean? So I click that, it'll take a second, and boom, now it throws it down here. And it's a clone version of the page I just made. So I'm gonna do is I come right here, I click on add to funnel, and it'll jump that page from being down here in the extra pages. It'll pop up to the funnel right here. And it'll grab it, I'll move it right up to here. Save it. And I'm gonna rename this because now this is now launch page number 2. Call it launch page 2. I'll save that. I'm going to delete the old launch page 2 because that's no longer needed. And I tell you what, that cloning pages thing is like saved my life because especially on product launches, because otherwise you have to redo it every single time. All right, so now check it out. I got opt-in page, page number 1, page number 2. Page number 2 looks exactly like number 1, so I'm now going to open it. And all I do now is I come back again. For me, I'm using Wistia, so I'll come back and grab video number 3, which is, oh, it's not in here. We made a new one. Huh. Anyway, this was the old video 3, but we changed it since then, so I'll just put it in for now. Okay, let's come back here. So I'm going to edit this video out. I'll make this one video number 3. Again, I'm going to grab just a screenshot of video number 3.
Hey, this is doing this.
Okay, so I'll grab a screenshot now of video number 3. Save it. Save it there. Now I come back and video number 3 is no longer locked, so I'll change that video out as well, or that picture out here. HIJK, let's take 3. Boom. Okay, and that's uploading. And now you'll see how quick and easy I just created the 3rd page in the sequence. Okay, so the longest part is just kind of designing the initial, getting the initial page perfect. Now if that's done, then you can go and just reclone it, add the new video in, add the new screenshot, and that fast you've got each of the pages done and ready to rock and roll. Oh, come on. Of course it's going to, there we go. And there's video number 3, okay? And I'd go back, I'd clone the page again, do it for video number 4. I'm not going to do that right now because you guys kind of get the gist of this point. But then we save it, and boom, now launch page number 3 is finished.
Hey, this is Rob.
Okay, and you got number 3, and then number 4 would be then the offer page. Okay, so let me kind of show you guys now what I would do. So you kind of get how all these pieces kind of fit together, right? So right now I've got squeeze page, video 1, video 2, video 3, and video number 4, which obviously I had my first page on the squeeze page, so I can actually, oh, I added the wrong page back here. That's why that's not working. It's like, why is it showing launch page on this opt-in page? This is the one, should be video number 2. So I refresh that now. I should have all the page titles, right? Sorry about that. When you clone the funnels, yeah, anyway. Okay, so I got reverse squeeze page, launch video 1, launch page 2, launch page 3. I'm just going to delete 4 because that's no longer needed for this funnel. Then I set my order form just like we did in sales funnels and other things we've already done in other videos I'm not going to focus on, but just that's kind of the concept behind it. Now, if you look at this, you guys, each of these launch pages, so there's page number 1, there's page number 2, we haven't done page number 3 yet. So what I'm doing when I do this, oops, let me open up Paintbrush. You can kind of see conceptually how this whole thing happens. So what we're doing is somebody comes into launch page, they give you their email address here, right? Then I put my email sequence, and I'll send one email out that'll then take them to product launch page number 1, and they watch video number 1, and And my goal is to get them to come here and kind of comment, right? And they see like, here's the other videos that are still locked. You're gonna see about soon, right? So I might send like 2 or 3 emails here, like make sure you watch it, make sure you watch it. Tomorrow we'll release the next video, and then boom, day 4 now, I would send the link out to the second page. They'd see the next video here, and I might send 2 or 3 videos, like 2 or 3 emails saying, go watch it, go watch it, go watch it, and then be, okay, the next, tomorrow the next video page is coming out, so we unlock that one. We don't really unlock it, we just send them the next link in the funnel, right? So they can go watch video number 3. And then we might send 2 or 3 emails about that. And we'll say, okay, guys, tomorrow, this is when we're unlaunching and doing the big, huge reveal where you can finally sign up and buy or whatever that thing is. And then we send the link to page number 4. Okay, so that's how we're doing it, you guys. It's very simple. It's not some magic where this unlocks at this time and this, all those kind of fancy things. It's 4 pages. When they opt in here, then they get the emails for the first page. And then when I'm ready for them, then you get the emails to the second page, third page, and the 4th page they buy. And that's the way we do all of our product launches now. We make them very evergreen, so I can just drive traffic into here. They go through the sequence, and the sequence just works. It closes people and gets them excited and gets them to buy. And if you give enough value and content and make each of the trainings here, these content ones, just amazing, then when it gets to this point right here, it's a no-brainer. You will see in the comments, people are like, when can I buy, unlock this thing? I want to buy. Like, they'll be freaking out because you provided so much value. They just want to give you money. And that's what will happen all the time when you start doing it. Okay. And so that's kind of how that works. Somebody asked, so a couple questions I saw people coming, some of you guys asked coming in saying on our initial funnels, these ones right here, the titles were very easy and people could guess them. It's just up to you. Like, you can make them complicated or not. I like having them kind of easy so that I can find them again sometimes. But the reality is, a lot of times ClickFunnels will assign you some weird page link like that. And a lot of times people like using that because it's harder to guess, right? Which is totally cool. But my thing is, like, if someone's guessing and they want to get ahead, I don't really care because that means that they're probably ready to buy. And so I'm okay with that. Another question is, someone's asking is like those emails that are, all the emails that are going out through here, how are you sending those emails? And so there's 2 ways to do it. One way is when you set up this, it's just like setting up an opt-in funnel. You add your autoresponder, and your email autoresponder can send those emails out. Or if you want, you can have ClickFunnels send those emails out for you. If you want that, then just right here on the opt-in page, you click on email marketing, and then you just go ahead and add a number of emails. So you can say, email number 1, send this out, 1 day after they sign up, and this is going to talk about video number 1. Okay. Then you create video number 2, video number 3. You go create all your entire follow-up sequence for your launch funnel right there inside of ClickFunnels. And then ClickFunnels will go out and send those emails for you. You can still have them subscribe to your Aweber or your GetResponse, whatever autoresponder you want. But then ClickFunnels will be sending out sequences if you want. And both of those ways work. There's not one that's better or worse. It just kind of depends on what you like the best. Okay. Good questions. What other questions do you guys have right now about the launch funnels, kind of how they work? Okay, let's see. So can we put a different image behind the lock? So this is just an image right here. So what I would do if you wanted to do that, I'm not really a good tech person. I don't know how to do that, but you can get like your screenshot of this image right here, and then you know how to do that. You can put like a lock on top of it and have someone save it. Again, I don't know how to use Photoshop, so I don't know how to do that. If I was you and if I wanted that, I would just go to like Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, and image editing. And for $5, there's like a bajillion people here who will do insane image editing. And if you just say, I've got 3 images, I've got my 3 screenshot images here, and and I just want you to put like a little play button or a play button or locked icon on 3 or 4 images. I guarantee you for $5 you could get someone to do that really, really quickly for you. So that's what I would do if you need different versions. Maybe say I need a black and white version with a lock and then a colored version with a play button. And here's my 4 screen captures. And you send them, again, for $5, someone can do all that for you really, really quickly. If you know how to use Photoshop, then you already know how to do that. But I never learned Photoshop, so I have to rely on my friends over at Fiverr to do basic things like that for me. Good question. Let's see. So someone says, what's the mechanics to manage the prerequisites, i.e. must watch video 1 to release number 2? I don't do that. Sometimes people come in and video number 1 and 2 don't get them excited. And they watch, they don't watch any of them. The video number 3, they actually do watch it, and video number 3 gets them excited. And so that's why, like, I always have the back videos unlocked so that someone watches video number 3, and that's the one that grabs them. And they watch it, like, oh, this is cool. Then they can go back and they watch 2, and they can watch 1. And people do that all the time. So if you made it like if they don't watch 1, they can't watch 2, you lose out on so many people who want to give you money, but whatever reason video number one didn't catch them. So I would not lock those things out if I was you personally. I don't. And that's kind of the way I would look at it. Will this webinar be available? Yeah, this will be in the members area by tomorrow, just like we do with all the other ones in the Funnel Hacks members area. What's a reverse squeeze? Great question. So a typical squeeze page is where basically you ask for somebody for their name and email, right? A reverse squeeze page is where you give them a whole bunch of content first, and you're like, hey, if you like this and you want more, then give me your email address. Okay, so you're providing value first. Typically, a lot of times your conversion rates go down a little bit because someone's got to watch 10 or 15 or 20 minutes. But the people who come through after watching that, usually their relationship with you is so much higher because they spent that time with you, and they're more likely to buy and do all the other things that you need them to do. So that's a great question. You create a campaign in Infusionsoft to go along with it. So Deborah, I don't use Infusionsoft, but you definitely could. I know there's a lot of Infusionsoft members here that do stuff like that. So you could definitely set up an Infusionsoft campaign to go out with emails and push people to each of the sequences. So would you start out with an evergreen product launch or an automated webinar to sell your first product? Dave, there's so many variables to that. I wouldn't even know how to answer that right off the top of my head because I don't know what your product is or things like that. They're all good. I think with a product launch funnel like the one I was kind of showing you, typically we use those to sell higher ticket products, just like a webinar. So they're very comparable. In fact, if you look at when I did the training on how we use automated webinars, I kind of am doing 2 tracks where someone registers for the automated webinar and then they're getting emails where I'm doing like a mini product launch sequence kind of behind it. And so I think even a variation of the 2 works really, really good. Okay. How long is each piece of content? That really kind of is up to you. There's not really a set time that it has to be. I remember this is probably totally inappropriate for this training, so I apologize in advance. But I remember asking the same question 10 years ago. I asked somebody, I said, how do I know how long my training or how long my sales letter needs to be or things like that? And the guy responded back to me. It was kind of inappropriate, but it illustrated the point to me. So he said, he was kind of an older guy, and he said, how do you say it? I'm trying to say it without offending anyone. So he said basically, he said that your content, your training, your sales letter, he says it's just like a woman's skirt. It needs to be long enough to cover the subject, but short enough to still be interesting. And so that's kind of what I go with. That's kind of my thing is like, it doesn't matter how long it is, as long as it's still interesting and exciting and keeps you engaged. If it's too long and it's boring, then that's not good. But if it's too short and you don't cover the subject, it's not good either. So you kind of find that happy median. And a lot of times I make the videos and I show people, and if they're like, it was hard to get through that, then I know that I was way too long, right? And so that's kind of how I judge it. So hopefully I didn't offend anybody. If so, I apologize. Okay. I got some questions that are completely unrelated to anything. Asking about my Mac versus my PC. I'm loving my Mac. PC seems like a dinosaur now, but I still use it every once in a while. Nick said, how do I use this webinar on the front end? So if you go back, Nick, into the training and watch the automated webinar training, I walked through that concept in a lot of detail and showed you the funnel we use and how kind of the 2 pieces fit together. So I don't want to spend too much time here because we did cover that, I think, last week actually. So go back to watch the automated webinar training and I'll map the whole thing out for you in there. Okay. Oh yeah, good. So someone said if you don't want to use Fiverr, there's another program called Snagit. And so if you go, it's actually made by the same guys who made Jing. It's Jing's big brother. It's a Snagit. It's kind of similar. And you can do basic image editing where you can add things. You can do more inside of Snagit than you can inside of Jing. And so that one is just also text submit. But if you do snagit.com, that's the other program I use a lot as well. This one's got a free 30-day trial, and I think it's like $30 or something, but it's definitely worth it. I've got it on every computer I own. Okay. Let's see. Tony said, I'm a real marketer. I did my first launch. How do I increase my conversions? Again, that's kind of a question that's loaded template without looking at it and knowing it and stuff like that. There's tons of things you can do to conversion. Again, if you haven't read my book, 108 Proven Split Test Winners, that'll show you a lot of really cool things. But a lot of it's just testing ideas and trying different things and seeing what people react to and what they don't react to, and make it kind of a fun game. All right, cool. Someone said, do I delay the opt-in for a reverse squeeze page? I don't personally. I'm not a big fan of delaying stuff. I know that's like the big hot craze and people love that, but I'm just not a big fan of it personally. Doesn't mean it doesn't work. I just don't love. I like having it there so people know that my goal when you watch this video is to give me your email. So I like having it there. But if you do want to hide it, it's really easy to do inside of ClickFunnels. I'm sure you've done it before, but if not, I'll show you real quick. I open up my squeeze page, and all I have to do is find that section, and then I can add a timing to it. So I take the section here, the whole blue section. I click on my little gear, and down here I've got my time delays. So say, okay, have this one fade in after 1 minute. Actually, I'll fade in after like 20 seconds. You can kind of see it here. So if I save that now, then if you come back to this page here and I refresh it, notice this blue bar will disappear and it's gone. And then 20 seconds from now, the blue bar will appear. So if you do want to hide the opt-in block and kind of surprise them with that, you definitely can, and it's really easy to do, just like I just showed you. So we think we got 10 more seconds left to see it pop back up. We'll see in a minute. Someone said, with this, boom, there it is. Cool, huh? All right. RC said, how do you tie a launch funnel with membership? Same thing, you just do the launch, and then at the end of it, instead of selling a high ticket thing, you just sell a membership side at the end. So launch is more like, it's like what I talked about earlier, it's the sideways sales layer. It's a way to sell something. And so we've actually done product launches where we sell a free trial. We've done product launch where we sold a $3,000 thing. We're gonna be doing a product launch here in the future where we sell our $25,000 program. Okay, so you can do it in a lot of different ways. It's just it's a way to sell something. That's more so. It doesn't matter what it is, but it does work well with expensive things, which is kind of cool. But also works even. I mean, not so much even better, but it works amazing with low, cheap front end things as well. So good questions. All right, cool. Okay, so there's another couple questions here, but most our support team's answering most of them. So very, very cool. All right, so that's kind of what I want to show you guys today. Again, I want to just kind of give you the concept of how we do the product launches, how it all works together, how it ties into ClickFunnels, and I hope that helps a lot. Let me also pull this up again here. And again, this script that you got here inside of Inception Secrets, that's the product launch script. Again, it's not like it has to be word for word this way, but this should give you guys some good framework on the script that I use. Whenever I'm making my videos, I print this thing out and I think through it. Okay, video number 1 is my wow and how. So what's my big promise? You know, what's the content thing I'm doing? What are the myths I'm going to kill? And then hook to the next video. And I kind of walk through this as I'm kind of crafting out what I'm going to create for my product launch videos. And so hopefully that serves as a tool for you guys to help you as you're kind of mapping out your funnels and mapping out your videos and things like that. And yeah, and on that, I will get this video rendered out and put in the members area by tomorrow. And I think later on this week we have a traffic one we're gonna be doing with you guys, I believe. So we know the training happening later on this week, and it's gonna be a lot of fun as well. So anyway, appreciate you guys, and hope you got a ton out of this training. And we've got hundreds of you guys on the line right now, which is exciting. So I appreciate you guys being on here and being engaged and going through the training. And I hope, obviously, I've been seeing a lot of the funnels come out, and it's been a ton of fun. One kind of sneak peek, we are going to be doing a ClickFunnels like funnel hack type live webinar, or not live webinar, like a live seminar, a 3-day seminar here coming up pretty soon. And we're actually going to be asking you guys, those of you guys who have been creating funnels in each of these different niches, some of you guys, we want you guys, if you're willing and interested, to actually present your funnel. So if you're doing like a free plus shipping funnel, we're going to have you like present it. If you're doing a webinar funnel, and we're trying to get a bunch of people from each type of funnel to show what they're doing that's working. So if you've got good case studies of stuff that's crushing it for you, let us know. We may put you up on stage and let you kind of show off to all the other ClickFunnels members, which would be kind of fun. The one other announcement that's kind of exciting. This week we've got, I think, 2 or 3 huge features coming out that you guys, just to be aware of, that you'll see here coming out soon. One is the 2-step order forms. So for example, if we've got people asking me almost daily for, if you've seen .com-secretslabs.com, this is like our free plus shipping book. But you see here how we do, like, step 1, we get the credit card. Then step 2, step 1, we get the shipping address. Step 2, we get for the credit card. This feature is almost done. It should be live this week. And so you guys can all do these little 2-step order forms. It'll be a new element inside of the element picker on order forms. So that's one I'm like so excited for, because this page is not in ClickFunnels yet, and it's killing me. And so I'll be able to pull this out of out of just static pages and put it in ClickFunnels as soon as the 2-step thing is done. So it's almost done. That feature is cool. Our Click Pop feature, which most of you guys voted on the name, so we named it Click Pop, and it's amazing. And those should be going live either today or tomorrow as well. Which basically is you can go and put like a ClickFunnels button on any page and it'll pop up. And there's some amazing designs like with the Click Pop thing. It's gonna blow your guys' mind. So that feature's coming out this week as well. We're getting really, really close. In fact, I'm gonna get in trouble for even showing you guys this, but inside of my ClickFunnels account, which I get to test everything first, make sure it doesn't break, and then you guys get to have it next. But check this out. This is coming, you guys. And don't ask, I got in trouble because I talked about this the last training, people kept asking. So it's not coming, and this one's probably about a month away or so, but check this out. This little button says My Affiliates. The internal affiliate program is coming. That means you guys can start running your own affiliate programs through ClickFunnels here in the near future. So anyway, I will let you guys know more about this. We'll probably do a training on that when it's done. But this tab will be appearing soon in your guys' accounts, and you can launch your own affiliate programs, which is going to be exciting, right? Who here wants to use ClickFunnels to have your affiliate program as well? All right. Very, very cool. Yeah, someone said it's a product launch script in the members area. It's inside the Funnel Hacks members area, and then you log into the Inception Secrets part of it, and then it's in there. All right, cool. So yeah, fun stuff's coming, you guys. And we got a whole team of people, and all we're doing is thinking up new cool features and ways to make ClickFunnels better and better and better. And it's going to keep getting better for you guys every single day. So we appreciate you guys being engaged, being on the trainings, giving us your feedback, testing out ClickFunnels. Some of the stuff you guys have been building is insane. I didn't even know some of these things were possible. Like literally, we showed Dylan, who designed the editor, some of your guys' pages, and he was like, I didn't know that was physically even possible to do with what we created. And so it's been really fun watching the magic that you guys have been doing. So anyway, we appreciate you guys doing that. And we'll just keep making this better and better, add the features and the tools and all the things you guys want. Just keep letting our support know. They've been categorizing and archiving them and putting them in the right order, and we're getting things knocked out as quick as we can. So appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for being here. And again, look for our message for our next training, which is coming up here, I think, later on this week. So it should be awesome. And that is about it. So thanks, you guys. Ken just said that I'm a true boss. So thank you, Ken. I appreciate that. And I will talk to you guys later on this week. Thanks, everyone.